If you're feeling frustrated with your closet, the clothes you've already got, or feeling a little bit lost and directionless in your personal style, I don't think what we need is more clothing. What we need is a new way of looking at what we've already got. So today I am taking inspiration from some of my favorite brands and shopping my closet for those looks. I particularly like finding inspiration from brands that I love. I love their point of view when it comes to their styling and their merchandising and the energy and the like aura that gives off. These brands are not necessarily sustainable or slow fashion brands, quote unquote. I think this is actually kind of an archaic idea. We cannot shop our way to sustainability. I am purely looking at these from an inspiration perspective. And I think the more we can shift our brains to that idea that inspiration is everywhere, then we can get so much more wear out of the clothes we already love. So if the idea of getting a fresh spin on your closet and on your style without spending a lot or without buying a lot of new clothes is something that you like, then grab a ticket to my upcoming live virtual shop your closet event. We do exactly what happens in this video, except we're not shopping my closet. We are shopping the closets of two amazing guests. So you'll see styling and tweaking proportions and textures and colors on other people. And we'll do it in real time. It's really interactive. There'll be prizes because we're talking about like holiday dressing because it's just fun, you know, it's that time of year, might as well be festive, might as well have a party. So I will leave tickets for that in the description box below. I would love to see you there. And in the meantime, let's get into the video. One of my favorite brands to get inspiration from is my friends over at Sezane. It also helps that I absolutely love the clothes that they have. And that's something to be said too for this exercise. If you're someone who is triggered by e-tailers or you find it way too easy to like make an impulse purchase, if you're seeking inspiration from brands that you love, then maybe look for inspiration elsewhere. What we are going to do in today's video can totally be applied to any type of inspiration. And rather than look at the fact that like, oh, she's got a corduroy jacket and a corduroy suit actually with the matching trousers, I'm not going to be looking at that. Instead, I'm looking at things like the texture play, the mix between the corduroy and the cotton and the leather, and even the little contrast in color that she's got going on. So I'm going to point out all of the elements that I'm using to make this look my own instead of the fact that I don't own any of those clothes. Okay, let's go. Rather than going for a corduroy or like a full suit set, I actually thought it would be cool to like do a little riff on the Canadian tuxedo. I think I have a pretty solid texture mix, like the leather. It's not as rich. I don't think you can replicate like that beautiful richness of corduroy, but I do have this like, you know, it's got like a really interesting rough versus something matte, and then we've got the toughness of the leather. So it feels pretty balanced there. I also think like the interesting texture in the footwear is adding a point of interest while also kind of tying in the browns of this look. I don't know, I'm still getting like an interesting kind of complementary color play. The browns and the blues, it's just a little bit different. And this does feel really me. Like I would love to be a corduroy suit person. I don't think I am sort of that cool like 70s folksy bohemian vibe. I am more of a sharp, classic, tailored kind of vibe, and I think I just have to own it. So incorporating that like sharp, corporate inspired texture with a blazer like this, I think feels a lot more like myself. I would finish this off with a bag in a similar colorway to kind of pick up on the browns a little bit. And I actually like how the smoothness and toughness of the leather here pulls from the like smooth, rich texture of the leather in the bag. This is good. I'm happy with this. I also like the idea of a whole suit set. So I'm actually gonna do another variation on the Canadian tuxedo because I have so much denim and I'm just really curious to see what this looks like. Give me a second. What I'm gonna do instead is have the contrast be the shirt, like in our inspiration, and do this. I can't believe this. Definitely different. This is not a blazer of any kind, but this is a coordinated set. Oh my God, I don't even know what's happening. This is so big and voluminous, and like this is a lot of denim, so I don't want to like get overwhelmed. We're gonna try this. Okay, I don't hate it. This is actually great. Okay, the real question is, would I wear this in real life? The answer is no. we were better off with our blazer. That felt a lot more me, but I'm really glad I experimented with this. Very interesting. I really like this next look by the brand Marina Rinaldi. It's an Italian brand with a focus on high quality, really cool pieces in extended sizes. So this look caught my eye. I love a menswear moment. I'm gonna try and get some inspiration from this in my closet. I definitely don't have a really cool embellished coat like that, but the silhouette is something that I'm drawn to and that I know I own. So ultimately for me, it's not about the embellishment because that's not really something that I would wear in the first place, but I'm loving the silhouette and the lines here and that whole menswear inspiration. So let's see what I've got in my closet. Buttoned up. This is like a very Men in Black feeling. Okay, so she's got a menswear tie, which I absolutely love. And she's got her shirt like buttoned all the way up, which I could definitely do too. I mean, oof, look at this. I love this look. But it's also not very me in the spirit of like how I'm feeling these days. I'm really like trying to have a lot of fun with a more like bombshelly, sexy kind of moment. I mean, this is bombshell 1000% in this look. And that's because of who she is and what she's bringing to the clothes. And I think this is often what's overlooked when we are shopping our closet or when we're reinterpreting inspiration looks, is that we kind of forget about ourselves and what we bring to the outfit. So the elements that I'm nailing are the ones that I love. The tailoring, the classic cuts. I'm gonna get to the coat in a minute, but also like she is like inherently strong sense of authority and sharpness, and I want to soften that up personally. So instead of doing a menswear tie, I'm gonna add this beautiful silk scarf. This is by a Canadian designer called Kristen Norris, and this was actually a loan from a very generous friend. And what I'm gonna do is I've just kind of folded it into a long rectangle, and I'm gonna do a little like neckerchief style, which the easy way to do this is you just tie a little loop around, you make like a little hole on one side, and then you pull the other side through. So you don't get like a big bulky knot, and you can kind of adjust as you need. That's like a little secret to tying little silk scarves. I actually don't want mine to be too tight. Oh, look at this. So I love how the blues are like a little bit off. Like, yes, maybe they don't super 100% match, but this is so much fun. This feels really cool to me. It feels really interesting. It feels a lot more like myself than that look, you know, feels a little bit more like the energy I want to give. And to be honest, this little styling tweak here with the neckerchief scarf going in, this is a styling tweak that I saw on the Sezane website maybe back in the summer when they were going pretty strong on their little neckerchiefs. I love that I'm able to take that styling tweak and apply it to this look, which is completely different but makes it feel more like me. This is what we've got so far of the look. I am loving this. I could leave it here, but we're not going to because there's a coat. I love that big cocoon silhouette, and I love how it adds a lot of tension and contrast to the structured separates and the severity of the black. The primary element that I'm seeing in that look is this great tension between the playfulness of the coat that offsets the severity of the sharp black suit. But what we're doing is that we're injecting playfulness here in the neck scarf. So let me go get my coat. No, this coat might not be embellished with little pearls, but it's got a really solid contrast in color, so it's softening the black, works beautifully with the blues and reds, and it's got a bit of a softer, more cocoon silhouette than my super structured tailored separates. That's what we want. This next look is not necessarily from the brand's website, but it is undecidedly a Tibi look. Tibi is a really cool independent brand based out of New York. You are probably very familiar with it already, or maybe you're familiar with the creative director, Amy Smilovic. This look, however, is from one of her team, Katura. I just love Katura's looks. They are so creative. This one caught my eye, all of the tension that's happening here, because it creates so much drama. So we've got this like great tension between proportions, big volume on top, almost nothing on the bottom, and a really great tension between coverage and non-covered, like skin. I always love a good questionable pant moment. If I wanted a little bit more modesty, I would do a sheer tight. You get the sheer from the skirt in a stocking. Depending on the venue, I would definitely just throw on a nice sheer black tight, maybe some little polka dots in there too. What I do think my look might be missing is like a little bit of that sparkle. If I had a metallic shoe, I would definitely do a metallic shoe, but I can always pile on more accessories. What's interesting is like I'm really not feeling that right now. Like I'm not feeling like I want to add more accessories. I feel like this is a lot to look at anyway. I'm gonna throw on some sheer stockings. Let's see what that does. Okay, this is feeling so much better to me. A lot more understated. In the caption, Katura talks about how she's wearing a little boy short underneath. So I just put my little leather mini and I hiked it up a little bit because I really don't want this to be about the leather mini. I actually really want it to be about the sheer leg. You know, now sheer skirts are having a really big moment, but I love how we can get the same effect with a sheer stocking. We get the silhouette of the leg, we get the cool texture with the sheer, and here we're getting that like tension of the volume on top with almost nothing on the bottom. I love this. I would totally wear this out. And you know, if I wanted to go a little bit more tailored and sharp, I would just switch out the blazer. But like, I like this. I like how it's got the volume. I think we've got this good sense of ease and movement. And I think that's really what this look is about. I don't have a metallic shoe, but you could also use a little metallic or sparkly clutch or purse if you've got. Also, if you had like big diamond earrings. I mean, there are so many options. I think that skirt, what it's giving is the leg, the silhouette, the sheer, the texture. Oh my God, I'm just so happy with this. I hope I get to wear it. Holy. Yay. So that is what I have for you today. Thank you so much for joining. So grateful that you're here always. Let me know if you thought those looks were a hit or a miss. I mean, to me, they're always a hit because I've either learned something new or come up with something that I hadn't thought of before. So that's a win to me. Give this video a thumbs up if you liked it, or if you learned something new, hit subscribe if you haven't already. Thank you again for watching and for being here, and I will be back with another slow fashion video. Ciao.